Hi, good morning, and welcome to our meditation on grace, wisdom, and words. Today is the 22nd of April, and I would like to read in Proverbs chapter 8, verses 22 to 24. The Lord possessed me at the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or even the earth was. When there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. So wisdom is placed at the beginning of the creation. God used his wisdom to create the universe. Solomon is going to keep on going and talking about everything that God did using his wisdom. Before the mountains was settled, before the hills were brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the first parts of dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the deep, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of deep, when he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass, his commandment when he appointed the fountains of the earth. Then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before men, rejoices in the habitable part of the earth, and my delights were with the sons of men. So God's wisdom was there when he created the world. But we just read the other day. We read the other day in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 30. It is because of him that you are in Christ Jesus, who has become for us wisdom from God. That is our righteousness, holiness, and redemption. So it is in Jesus that we have become this wisdom. And then we have wisdom from God to help us to walk, to help us to speak as we should, to help us to think as we should. And it is interesting that in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, we have righteousness, holiness, and redemption together with wisdom. It is through righteousness that we can find our way back to God. God actually comes towards us and take us back to him. It is in Christ that we have redemption as well. We were brought by a price. That's what redemption is to buy, I think, by a price. And then we have holiness. We are going to grow in this relationship with God and be more and more and more and more and more like Jesus. James says that when you're going through trials and tribulations, and you needed to know how to cope with things, you need to ask God for this wisdom. It is this wisdom that God is going to give you. That's wisdom that comes with righteousness, holiness, and redemption. Everything comes from Christ. Hebrews were not surprised to read in Hebrews, Colossians, and even in Revelation that it was through Jesus that the universe was created. Jesus had and has this wisdom from God because he is the Son of God. And he has given us everything we need in order to achieve, to receive the blessings that are from him, that are his. And my last text is in Colossians chapter 2, verse 3. In whom are hidden all treasures of wisdom and knowledge. In Christ we have all treasures of wisdom and of knowledge. So we worship God for his creation, for the wisdom in his creation, as Revelation chapter 5 shows. The elders and the angels are saying, worthy is the Lamb, because in you everything was created. And then they sing again, worthy is the Lamb who was slain. So we worship God for his wisdom at creation, and we worship him for his wisdom at the cross, as Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, 22. Jews demand signs and Greeks look for wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block for the Jewish and foolishness for Gentiles. But to those whom God has called, both Jews and Greeks. Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God. So the wisdom of God has been manifested on the cross. God bless you.